Hi and welcome back to this video. Today we're setting up multi-factor authentication, or MFA for servers, a feature of Centrify Suite 2016. In the previous video we tested step-up authentication when you do privilege elevation. Now we're going to be talking about how to set it up when we're accessing a system. And there's several things that you need to keep in mind. First and foremost, one is in the case of SSH, you need to set up challenge response authentication, right? Because we need to get a response from the backend system. And the way we've set up things, we have basically an authentication profile that we set up for both privilege elevation as well as in server access. And in here, I'm allowing mobile authenticator, phone call, and text message. Aside from that, you have to align your SSH timeouts, right? Because just think about this. Maybe you're trying to SSH into a machine, but you have poor reception on your cell phone, right? And if phone call or SMS is one of those, right? And it's a cell network, maybe your call won't get in so quickly, right? Um, Also, ideally you would do the mobile authenticator that will give you token access and push access as well. But just to simplify this, I just set it up with regular stuff. So here's what I've done, right? So I've set up a test role. All you need to do is set it up with normally the way you would set it. If you control the behavior here, but just check the multi-factor authentication. In my particular case, I just have a single user that I gave it SSH access, no additional roles or any privileges. And this is Fred Taylor. I assigned the role, and we're going to go and test it. So very simple. We're going to go back to the authorized system, and we're going to log in as him. And by the way, we have the phone on the screen as well. So notice that I'm being challenged for my username and password. And now notice that I can do either SMS or a phone call, right? So I'm going to do a phone call. And I have my phone in front of me, so it'll hopefully it'll ring. If I get a few bars going, there you go.
This is Centrify. Please complete your authentication by pressing the pound or hash key.
So I'm going to press the pound key, right? That completed my authentication.
Authenticated using Centrify. You may hang up now.
Right?
Bye.
So this is what I was talking about, right? So if you don't do this real quick, right, you need to adjust your SSH timeouts, right? So we're going to try again, right? So, and this is good. This is good as a lab. So these are the things that you need to find out. So let's pick a phone call again. This time we don't need to worry that much about. So let's see, phone call, pound, and call, and now I'm pressing enter, and there you go, I'm in, right? But the key here is this: what if your user is, doesn't have good cell phone, right, reception? We need to adjust it. But the key is that's why you have authentication profiles, right? Ideally, I don't know if I have my other environments ready here, but ideally you would just use something like the mobile authenticator, right? And you can just push and that's it, or provide the token if needed. Um, other things that we could do is maybe out of band, because it's going to be very unlikely that you're going to be able to receive um, a phone call. So when you do the mobile authenticator, and let me just see if I have another phone here, or maybe this own phone here. If you do the mobile authenticator, you have the token base, so you're able to submit the code this way, or just write it down and put it in. So a lot of flexibility with Centrify, and I'm hoping that this series of videos helped. My recommendation is that you also test rescue rights, right? Because we have to walk through the scenarios in which, what if there's no connectivity whatsoever? You have your tokens, you have your cell phone. What if something goes wrong with the agent, right? So that's where rescue rights come into play, right? So if you need to bypass any additional controls completely, that's where rescue rights were created for. And ultimately, with Centrify, you're going to get a simple way to use multi-factor in different contexts, right? So the contexts are, geographical location, time. Also, you can use it for your web applications as well. So, and we're adding support for other MFAs as well. So we're adding context to other token-based or any other OAuth-based solutions or radius solutions as well.